Hello, everybody. Sorry, I just lost my notebook there. Hi to another, and welcome to another game of Ironclaw, the King's Chosen, as we explore the adventures of the situation in the Isles. A bit of two programming notes, if I'm allowed to say them. First of all, we might be running a little shorter this week because people have other things to do. To do that. We're still going to get a full program, but it's going to be a little more compressed. And second, and this is more of a personal note, considering what's happening, especially in the United States right now, the game does, and it has been handling situations of civil unrest and politics, whatnot, in a fictional scenario, but still there. So if at any moment you and the audience members like, this is maybe a bit too much, it's perfectly understandable. Just wanted you guys to know in advance. So you're ready for that. The same goes for the players as well. It's good to escape to fictional worlds once in a while, and we do it every Sunday at least. But even then, there's always a little bit of overlap. So, without further ado, we begin. Let's start with Theta and their character, Harmon. And what are your goals and motto?
I am Harmon Tadero. My personality is stoic. My motto is you need to know that you're in for the fight of your life. I don't have any goals.
Okay. Next up, we have Arcloyd, who plays Spencer.
Yes, I am Mark Lloyd. I play Spencer McDougall, the raccoon cognoscenti and thaumaturge. My motto is the best secrets are those you are not known to keep. My personality is calculating, and I'm here for the booze and women. We don't have any current goals.
Okay. Next up is Griffin.
Hey, I'm Griffin. I'm playing Gregory Verkin III, a lion elementalist with a vain personality. My motto is that I'm fit to be the king, and I have only the goals of a dilettante to spend all of my money as unwisely as possible.
Last but not least, we have Rafferty.
Yes, hello. I am playing Presbyter Vesper, the raccoon almoner, where I keep my faith alight, but I also keep my powder dry. And I still have my personal goal of do something charitable for the needy. Not like you guys, all self-interested stuff, bigger picture.
So we find our crew a few weeks after the events and what happened in the capital. Now they are on board their own ship, which I believe, what was the name of the ship?
It has been a while, but I think we did write it down somewhere here. Dramatic persons. No, personal notes.
I think I wrote down it was Captain Jameson who owned the boat.
No. We're talking about the ship that you guys captured in at the end of the first adventure.
Felix.
Yeah, no, I wrote down
the Iron Bandit. He is an Iron Bandit. He just has a boat and crew, so I don't think we actually received a name.
Yeah, I have the names of all the principals, like Baron Adderford, Captain Jameson.
Well, then I guess it's time to name the ship, isn't it?
Felix Fox.
Well, it's ours, so we can name it whatever we want.
Yes.
And by ours, I mean it's Lord Gregory's.
Well, I'm always open to suggestions. I know I'm a boundless font of creativity and personality, but I do like to hear from others every now and then.
What
noble line are you from again?
The Varkins.
Pride of Vargan is a tradition.
That does sound good, and I do like my pride. Very well then, it is now the Pride of Varkin.
You realize we have to register the boat.
That's okay. Felix was on the case. I've had him doing that for the last few weeks, so that I actually have him doing something.
Oh, he's totally trustworthy.
The Pride of Varkin. It is now on our PC notes.
Okay, so you are aboard the Pride of Vargan, and you are part of a fleet. You have been basically commissioned by the High King to intercept a series of pirates. A nest of pirates was found in the Western Isle in Car Corwin, and while troops of the local king, the eldest son, have come by land to attack the pirates' cove, the fleet outside it's hemming them in. The pirates they put up a fight, but decide to make a break for it. And one of the ships, right now in the middle of the battle, one of the ships is on fire. The other one is sinking, and the other ones are trying to hit the sides of the formation. Basically, it's like a U, right? Mm-hmm. If you were to look at the east, there's the cove, and then there's ships in a sort of a C, right? An enveloping position, and in the middle of the bottom of that is a ship, the newest ship. It's a carrack. It's a multi-gun ship, and it's called the White Rabbit, and that's the ship that it's commanded by none other than Admiral Nicholas Haddock of His Majesty's Royal Naval Squadron. And your ships are part of now this fleet. One of the ships of the pirate ships tries to make a break for it and goes right for your ship, and that's where we begin. You're closing in each other. You're now getting side by side.
Very good. So before we begin, I guess I probably ought to spend some of this experience.
Okay.
So I do have a quick query. Hey guys, vehicles are swimming.
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 You can fail vehicles.
That was part of the original plan, so therefore I now have a second mark of swimming.
Okay then. So we move over to the map where
good.
The ships are side by side, unless we move this little bugger over here. It's not supposed to be here. We close in, and these put your characters. Your guys are on the left ship, on this side of the map. This is your crew, right? That were volunteered to keep the ship going, and on this side are the pirates who are readying. They're going one way. They're going south, and you are heading north, maintaining the picket line, and they're trying to break through. And what they're going to do is they're going to fire a volley of fusils to clear the deck, your deck, and hopefully that will prevent you from doing anything that would stop them from escaping. So we have 8 rat fusiliers and a pirate leader. These guys are manning the crew in the boat. They're making sure that, and there's oars and all that. So they're there, and if they get injured, that could make things messy. So
right.
Your job is to protect them and try to make sure that the ship does not escape.
Okay. And I believe we do still have the one cannon, and I assume Felix is probably taking charge of that at the time.
The one cannon is here. You would have to turn the ship around in order to fire it, and they're very close. Right? Essentially, what the ship tried to do when you avoided it, because these are
avoid the arc.
They try to ram you to take out your oars and jam your ship in a sort of classic Mediterranean style, and then pass through. And as they're separating right now, they're finishing that maneuver. These guys.
This is a very tiny ship. This is a boat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, these are caravels, right? They're, as I mentioned before, these are not carracks, they're not sloops, they're the type of ship you would see all the way back to the Mediterranean in the Greek times, right? Viking longships are a part of this. Also, these are the ships that I could find, that would fit. Others that were too big or too, they didn't fit what I was trying to go for. So these are modified, basically, Viking longships. So the pirates are basically taking cover under the gunwale, right? So the guns are over there, so they're aiming.
By the way, Harmon, I commission you to use the smuggled rifle we have in our possession. My authority as magistrate, I allow it.
Can I ask a mechanical question before we kick all this off?
Yeah.
I'm assuming we're we're fading into a combat scenario here narratively.
Yes.
Could I still roll initiative?
You could.
The benefit there is that, if you get 2 successes, I'd have focus. That's the entire point of buying Danger Sense.
Yeah, and I think I'm not going to risk it, so I'm just fine as I am.
I will also roll.
All right, I focus.
So I'm going to roll 1 for them because they're a crew. They're acting as a crew.
Just see if they get any focus.
Also, Griff, do you have the stats on the rifle?
No, I don't. I don't think we ever actually clarified what type of gun it is exactly.
It was a Fusel.
Yeah, Fusel, and
Yes.
it has a monopod.
Yeah, it is. If I have it correctly here, wrote it down. Yeah, it's damage plus 3 slay.
It's just ranged and I'm sorry,
Long
it's
range.
speed and
Long
range
range.
combat.
Yeah, speed and range combat. Yeah,
You said damage plus 3 slaying.
yeah, and it's long range. So, and at these ranges, neither side has a disadvantage, has any penalties, and they're also aiming as well. So, the idea is that they're going to fire a volley. They're all going to fire at once, right? Because they don't want to, reloading and all that. The idea is that fire will spread across your decks, clear your decks, and enable them to, make their escape. So, they didn't get any advantages. So
such is their hope.
You guys, you were ready for this, and they're waiting to get a clear shot on you, so you guys can act first.
All right. I think what I will have Spencer do is guard so that everybody on deck gets D8 cover. I think maybe
Thanks, wizard.
Presper might only get D4 because he's out some. But I don't think I have a map of there, does it?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll do that, and I will ready Misfortune. So I'm going to be a slow burn today. Keeping guarding because everybody else has guns. So yes, all of the help we can get. Anyway, that's my turn. Go ahead.
Who goes next? Harmon?
Yes, Harmon, why don't you go next?
Who?
You. But I don't think...
sorry. I didn't hear anybody other than Griff saying, why don't you go next? It's like, I didn't hear a name.
Weird internet today.
Who is this guy here? I understand the other guys are the ones hiding behind, ready to open fire.
Yeah, that'd probably be
Who's
their
this
captain.
guy?
That's a captain.
And is he hiding behind something, or just behind people?
He's hiding behind, basically, people. Shouting over their heads.
Well, I will... wait, is a Fusel two-handed?
Yes.
Yes.
Shit, I'm not using the Fusel then.
You could take the pistol then. It's more legal and I don't have to give you any order.
It's fine. It's fine. I can just use my shield and my sling staff. It doesn't require that much reloading.
Sling staff's also two-handed.
No, the book says it's one-handed.
Oh, really? Oh, crazy.
Yep.
All right.
I even asked in the Ironclaw channel before.
What you could do is you could fire the Fusel, drop it, and then pull out your shield.
That would be too much. I am a man of efficiency. Stoic efficiency.
Someone's gotta use this gun.
Throw a rock.
Well, because the rock I can reload every turn. That's quick. I don't have to drop a gun every time I fire it. So I am shield and staff sling. I am guarding as first action, aiming as second action, firing third action.
Okay. So he's going to dodge.
Focus. And then green. And then staff sling. And then a bonus D12 because I'm a veteran.
Okay. He's going to dodge. So
you need a 12 to be able to claim the cover of the guys in front of you.
Hey, is this your favorite sling?
He doesn't. He gets hit.
Hold on, what's my favorite use of ranged combat? Nothing. Staff sling.
So he's going to reroll
one.
one. Favorite sling.
It wasn't good enough. But it's still 1, 2, 3 plus 3, 6 damage.
Ooh.
To the captain.
Look at the damage track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, he would be injured, but he has to soak. So let's see how much he soaks.
I am now down to 58 sling bullets.
Only one more sack of rocks left.
I want to point this out to you guys. Literally, I have a backpack of sling bullets.
I believe he soaked 2.
Yeah, so you are now dying.
Oh, so you're shooting real bullets, like real lead-shaped bullets, not just rocks.
No, he would.
You soaked 2 out of 6. You were dying.
So he's dying. Oh.
Yeah, no, because they're affordable or whatever, and they add +1 damage. I was like, I need these. And how am I going to carry 60 sling bullets? A backpack.
So
I'm Legolasing sling bullets.
Dying is. Let me see the damage track. Injured, sick.
4 points. 4 points is dying.
1, 2, 3.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some tea.
It says hurt. In the status, it says hurt, not dying. Unless you're.
No, it's dying. It goes first. You're reeling from getting hit. Second is the first point of damage, which is hurt. Then afraid, and then dying. I'm sorry. Then injured, then dying. So you're still dying.
Okay.
I don't know which thing you're looking at though. So
I'm looking at the damage track that.
The image you're talking about, the image that Arcloyd made. Yeah. That's not in order. That's just telling you what the colors are. Yeah, okay. The damage track is reeling, hurt, afraid, injured, dying, dead, and then overkilled.
Okay. So he's dying. So he's not overkill. Doesn't trigger the.
Right, and he's not instantly dead unless he's unknown nothing NPC. He is dying, which means at the end of the combat he could die, or we could save him. Depends.
Yeah, if he is an important character, this would be the time for him to pop combat save. Unless he's less important, in which case I hope someone has a first aid kit.
Well, anyone else?
You know what? I'm going to follow that up by doing a guard action and then trying to frighten them and go, aha, you see, my man Harmon shall take out each and every one of you if you do not surrender immediately. This is going to be a scare stunt, and I'm hoping I can sweep across the entire deck.
Alright, so you're picking the closest guy.
Yup.
And he rolls body, will, presence, and a bonus D8 due to range. What?
I can't hear you over the sound of the gunfire.
Okay.
All right.
Sadly, you have 1 success. So this guy, the closest guy, becomes afraid. But you don't have 2 successes, so you can't sweep.
Yeah, that's the sad part. Well, I gave it my best.
You scared 1 guy.
One guy who can't get rallied. Yeah.
Well, he can suspend his.
No. He's only afraid. He can be rallied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he can
you need 2 successes.
Well, I mean, no one's around to. That was my implication. The captain's down.
Yeah.
So, let's see what happens.
Well, I'll go. Left. Yep, I'll say captain. That was a brilliant maneuver, Captain. You've got them quaking in their boots. That is 2 successes. That will remove reeling and add focus.
Okay.
I'm going to use that focus to prepare my magic.
Okay. So their turn then. Unless anybody else has anything to do. I mean, our foxes are manning the ship, so they're kind of.
That's it. We've got the power of church and state, you losers.
Put this here at the wheel. Oh, he's somewhere. He's grabbing the wheel by the side. So the fire. This guy's gonna rally, so that's probably the only thing he's gonna do, right? To get out of the frightened condition, he rallies, and that's it. That's what it does. Correct?
Someone needs to rally him with will and leadership.
Well, then he can't. He's frightened.
Yeah, so he's just going to cower on deck. He can just drop and guard, and that's good.
Yeah, so
we're gonna do a 1-to-1 here. He was gonna shoot Harmon, but yeah, they don't see the difference. So to Rafferty, no, to Presper. We have because they're aiming and they're veterans. But he does 2 hits so far, and +3 because it's lane.
Oh, actually, did our side get to fire?
No, these guys are just manning the ship, like I described. Their job is to
never mind.
make sure
I thought
the
they
ship
were
doesn't
lined up too
fail.
because they had bows. That's fine.
No. In fact, they
Okay,
want to
so-
kill them. They want to kill them because otherwise the ship, that's how they get away.
Of course.
Okay, I have bad news and I have good news. To hit me, they have rolled 5s, which is a tie. I can break the tie if I have cover. I have cleverly made friends with a wizard who is using a protection spell to give me cover. Thanks, wizard.
You're welcome.
Oh, shit,
So,
I'm sorry.
so
If I'd been paying attention, I would have bodyguarded you.
Yeah, well, I don't need it. I can be dodged on that. So, but yeah, no, guard Gregory. He's more important.
Probably he's not getting shot at.
Oh, also good. It's
Well,
the
you
thought
take
that
the shot.
counts.
Second shot.
Also, that was a crappy roll because I'm really dodging.
Ooh, that's also a crappy shot to this guy. Basically, it's a miss because that 4. I mean, he can try to soak. So it's 2, 3 damage. Yeah, he soaks.
I'm sorry about the order I put those statuses on the Ironclaw thing. I could remake it, of course, but
No
I think
problem.
I put them in the same order as the colored dots appear in Roll20.
Now a shot to our wizard. Ooh,
Is
that's an
that
11.
dispenser?
Yeah, but those 2 1s. Ooh.
Oh, he got me with the 11.
Mm-hmm. So that's 3 because it's actually it's 4 damage plus 4 slaying.
Okay,
One hit
I gotta find my soak.
plus 3. Yeah, plus 3. So you have to soak 4 damage.
Oh dear. So down to 3.
Wait,
So
they're firing what
really
now?
hurt and afraid.
Just to clarify, what are they shooting?
Fusils.
So
Yeah,
that's
they're opening with the
5
gun.
damage, right?
Oh, you managed to
Yeah,
dodge?
Yeah, I mentioned because I had wizard cover, I was missed.
Oh, okay.
Since he
So-
tied the roll that he made, he can use cover, which means that his cover overrides your tie.
But now the wizard that was giving me magical cover has gone down. Oh no, Spencer, don't die! I need you.
Another attack against the crew members. That's a hit. That's at least 2 wounds.
They do get to roll their dodge, and they might have some amount of cover or range, but yeah.
Nope. They got hit. They soaked. That was close though. And that 1 hit. Actually, no, they got 2 hits. So soaked 2 and got 2. So this sailor right here is hurt and afraid. And another the final shot. That's one hit. He rolls his dodge. He doesn't dodge.
Wait, while you're doing that, I'm going to see if my range penalty to my defense would have saved me a point of damage. Wait, no, it couldn't have because it's soak that would have done that for me. Never mind.
Okay, I think this guy is. Yeah, took 1. That's 2, and 3 is 5. He's dying. Basically, all the points. He is dying. So two of your crew are incapacitated. You're starting to lose control of your ship, but their captain is also incapacitated, and one of them is afraid. Momentum will carry them away unless you do something to stop their ship.
Well, we still have the helm, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you still have the helm. But
yeah, why would we lose control if we still have the helm?
Because you're maneuvering using rowing in the line. So it's not simply the helm. You're trying to keep aligned. Like these are rowboats. Like you don't see the.
Well, the helm is the steering wheel. I would think we would lose speed, but we would. In any event, we were going to lose speed anyway because, well, actually, those guys I guess were all rowing and not weaponizing. Yeah, we would just lose speed.
Which make it harder to catch them when they.
Well, if they have to get away, but we survive. Now, is it the end of the round?
Yes.
Okay, at the end of the round, Spencer, roll your body die. Everyone who is dying, roll your body die.
Yes, Captain included over there.
If you roll anything but a 1, you're just still dying.
Ooh.
Okay, the captain is the good news is, Captain, you're back up. The bad news is you are now sick. Sick is a bad status. Sick is a bad status. That means that, well, first of all, you're on your butt. When I say you're back up, you're still
Spencer's
prone.
back up?
Yeah,
no,
I think you mean Spencer. No, he rolled a 1.
If
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
For this
Spencer
guy,
Spencer rolled a 6. Spencer is still dying. Our leader rolled a 1. He is no longer dying. He is now sick. Now that he is sick.
Their leader.
What?
Their leader, you mean?
Oh, okay.
That's the captain I shot is the guy who rolled a 1. I
Okay,
thought a 1 meant that he died.
So the one that lessens, no, it doesn't mean you die. It means you're sick. When you're sick, that's like a debuff that anytime you're hit in combat, you automatically fall on your butt. If you get sent sick a second time, then you die.
Oh, okay.
Plus, also,
sorry, it's been forever.
Yeah. This game is not as deadly as people tend to think it is, but yeah.
Well, they're going to spend their time reloading. The captain, now that he's sick, is trying to rally them and trying to get them to basically, continue forward and leave the battle area. So you have a chance to stop them somehow.
So, quick question. They are rowing or using a sail?
Right now they're using a sail because the rowers are the ones that are manning the
Perfect.
which they're reloading right now.
So we've done the end of round. We're back into our turn. I have the solution to the entire scenario here with fire.
Okay.
To a sail.
Okay.
So I can ignite the sails on fire because I have magic and a wand, so I don't care about the range penalty to it.
Can I make a quick recommendation against that?
It.
That's the fire ship tactic, where you throw a ship on fire towards a tightly packed group of other ships. We are tightly grouped against this ship that would be set on fire. The danger to us would still be existent.
It's not going to be a blazing inferno. It will probably just start burning a hole in the sail. until it becomes a blazing inferno, which, I mean, you're right, but I'm going to do it anyway.
And also I'm going to do the important thing. Spencer, for the power of all that is in heaven, I urge you, do not die. That is 3 successes. First, I will remove dying, as I am a wizard and can remove dying. Next, I'm also since I'm a wizard, I will also remove the reeling. So, and I'm also going to remove the hurt. And I can't think of any reason to spare this, but so, Spencer, do you accept the Healing Life Eloise into your heart?
Of course, my brother.
I need you to roll your will die. Okay? So your will die and my academic. That's 3 more successes. I call upon the power of healing. I need you to remove injured and afraid.
You just brought one man back from the dead.
Don't get too cocky. I can only do this once a day.
Yeah. There is also another person who's in terrible danger across the boat from you.
And he is buried in the bathing light of Eloise. That's an obvious spell. All right, so that's my healing. I'm a healer. My other action will be to guard because everyone's trying to murder me.
I'm going to go ahead and do my thing. I will ignite the sail on fire. Okay. I'm still going to go ahead and make the roll. I have to modify it because I'm on a boat. So I actually have vehicles. None of us have done that so far, by the way.
First time for everything.
Yep, so I'll go ahead and start by modifying my roll. Normally it'd be 3d8. Today it is just going to be 3d6. But it is also an inanimate sail.
You know what? Okay. You got 2 successes.
Yep, so
one
that
success
is 3 damage. 4 damage, actually, because it's a critical weapon, and it is on fire.
Yes, okay, so you did 4 damage. So basically, the sail didn't just go up completely on fire, but it's a light, and part of the mast is also caught on fire. Another strike, or at least 3 or more damage, will probably completely obliterate the sail, but runs the risk of setting the mast on fire and maybe parts of that mast breaking and either falling one side or the other, which I would roll basically a d6. 1, 2, 3 falls on your ship. 3, 4, 5 falls onto the sea.
Excellent.
So they're slowing down. So that gives you another round, but they're also reloading quickly. Right? They're veterans, so they probably reload.
It's still going to take them some time, so I still have some time to shout more across the waves at them and go, "That's what you get! Surrender now before your whole boat burns down. We'll give you safe passage in chains," and I'll scare them.
Okay.
I guess this. No, I guess would presence also be moderated while I'm on a boat?
Yeah, because it's not a usual situation, right? The seas are you're shouting over the roar of the waves and the fire and the smoke.
Yeah, so
right?
I'll roll 46 instead here. There we go. There's still a 5 in there, and let's just see what they turn out. This is going to be towards the other one over here.
This one?
Yup. And then it'll start sweeping this direction.
Okay, so he still has 2d6, so...
Yep. I don't outclass him, but he is afraid, and I will sweep to the next one.
This one was already afraid.
Well...
So does that cause a wound?
Well, then? I mean, I can sweep to this one over here. And no, it doesn't cause wounds. It goes from afraid to terrified when I'm doing it.
Yeah, he's just taunting them.
Yep, I'm telling them that.
Oh.
So that's... Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry. I just hit that again. I'm going to manually roll 46 because I am... That's still not good for him. He is afraid, terrified, and I'll keep sweeping.
Okay, the third one. Oh, he had a... Ooh.
He is afraid, and I keep sweeping. He is afraid, And there's only one of them left unafraid now. And one of these guys was terrified. I think it was this guy?
Yeah. Let's give him something additional tonight.
Yeah.
That he's terrified. He's broken heart.
They believe I will go through on my threats now.
Yeah.
And he has to rally his entire crew.
He does.
No, he doesn't. I'm going to get ready and cast silence on the captain.
Okay.
You're my favorite.
I assume I lost a misfortune when I went to dying, so just Spencer picks his
No,
weapons back up.
you don't lose weapons that are in your hand, so you still have the misfortune. The problem is, remember that when you invoke a spell, you have to tap the gift that makes the spell. So that gift is probably
you're right. And silence would have been the wrong choice then, because I do have other magic I can ready. But I will cast my misfortune on the son of a bitch who shot me.
Okay.
And I will aim to do it. Guard, and then... No, I can't guard the name, so I'll just guard and attack with misfortune.
Okay.
They resist with body and observation versus 3, and if they fail, they are disarmed.
I don't have observation, so... Oof. They are disarmed.
They probably lose whatever progress they had of their reloading, too.
Yeah, they just dropped the weapon and they're cowering behind the gun. Was like, ah! Spare me, spare me. Who's next? I think Harmon is
Only
the
one
only
left, right?
Yeah. The captain's sort of getting up from
All right.
He's like, come on, you lot. Open fire.
I guess I reload. I'll reload and fire at the captain. And I'm switching sides. No, I'm joking.
Because you're mercurial and stoic.
Ouch. He's
I
gonna
couldn't
dodge.
aim because I had to reload and fire. So that's everything.
Being sick makes
Just means I get a +1 damage against him. Yeah.
Okay, so he still has a thing.
It's like hurt and it's like injured. It's just a long-lasting version of them. Or I guess it lasts exactly as long as injured does.
So he dodges.
No, sick doesn't boost your, or does it boost your damage? I didn't think it did.
I thought it
I think
did.
sick just means anytime you take a hit, you fall on your butt.
Oh, does it? Okay. Well, misremembering. Again, it's been forever.
He's gonna.
You think I'd be good at this? It's what I do. All right, you get hit for another 5 points of damage.
Yeah,
and you fall on your butt.
I fall on my butt. Let's see if we can actually soak that. I doubt very much, but.
And I'm down to 57 sling bullets. That's 4 points of damage. You're dying again.
If he gets a second sick, he's down for the count.
Sorry, I gotta roll one of those. It should have been a D8. So still, yeah.
All right, you are reeling, you are hurt, you are afraid, and you are injured.
And he falls down because he's sick.
And falls.
Blue is focus.
He didn't have any. Yeah. He didn't get a chance to have any focus. So, you guys are done. All these guys are afraid. Only one can fire. He can't fire. He's reloading. But the ship has slowed down. So you have an extra round of action. What are you guys going to do? You have a dying character here, and this one is severely injured. What are you going to do? Oh, this guy can rally. Huh. You have a captain of your own. He can rally.
I mean,
that's true.
It's not a new turn yet, so I can't help anyone dying.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, if I do get rally and focus, I would be able to finish off their sail. And they just have to stop. Not that any of them are in control of the boat anymore anyway, but...
Yeah. So it's your turn. They're reloading. The one that can fire is still reloading, so... who's gonna...
Wait, it's our turn again?
Yes.
Okay, when the round ends, roll the captain's body die.
Got a 6.
He's still alive. Okay, no, because he might have died. All right, well, if we have an injured crew person, I'm going to have
this
to...
guy also has to run. He got a 3.
All right.
He got a 3. So is he
First,
still
I need to move closer. Woohoo! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't die! Your life is too valuable. I will attempt to rally him. All right, first I will remove the dead. Then I will remove the hurt. And I'm out of stuff I can remove because I only rolled 2 successes. That is the end of the cleric's turn.
Okay. Who's next?
I'll go ahead and pop mine quickly since I don't think I'm going to get that rally, so I will refresh my magic and no longer be reeling. Well, the reeling happens first, but that's all. None complicated.
All right. Since my last turn I used thaumaturgy, I just haven't yet used my purple magic. This guy here, who has nothing currently troubling him, will get perplexed, and I will stick the guarding so everybody still gets their D8 cover.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to re-roll that 1 because that's my favorite use. He resists with speed, mind, and inquiry versus 3.
Yeah, he has no inquiry, so yeah, speed and mind. Got a 3 and a 2. You beat him with a 6 and a 5. So yeah,
So now he's confused.
He is.
So it's going to take him longer to reload his gun, I think.
Yeah. Let's give him this for confused. Okay, so yeah, the mass is completely inflamed, and you start seeing the sail is completely inflamed, and you start seeing that the mass is also picking up, also being on fire as well. So who's next? Carmen, I think.
He's reloading and guarding.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll and see on which side does the mass fall.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3 falls on your side. 4, 5, 6, it will collapse into the open sea. Yeah, it just goes this away.
Perfect.
And without a mask, it's much even harder. It's basically the fire becomes so heavy, it snaps and it falls into the sea, and you see foam and smoke as it sort of extinguishes the fire. And the captain is sort of on the floor, bleeding from the mouth, like, oh yeah. So you basically can do one more thing to guarantee. You can let the ship drift, in which case he won't escape, but they might rally and at least won't escape immediately. You might try to board the ship or grapple it, something like that, to try to get do anything, right? You have a window opportunity where they're there before they rally again and try to do something.
All right.
They're basically incapacitated, so yeah.
So are you giving that another round of action to us right now, then?
Yeah, due to the fact that they're frightened, and the fact that they're.
Here's my suggestion. I could do a stunt of moving water to move the boat closer and just tow it in a few feet.
Okay.
Do we have grappling lines? Because we're not a pirate ship.
No, but you have grappling lines because you have lines in order to, more with other ships, and you also have them when you go to, on shore and stuff like that. So that's just part. I mean, you're now also geared for combat. So
I was ready for the MacGyver move of tying the anchor to a rope and throwing the anchor to
well, that's what, if we were a proper war galley, we might be able to do that. I mean, Gregory, you've got, like, command, leadership, and tactics. You could be ordering the men to throw the ropes and pull them over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking over at Felix and going, like, get the ropes ready, throw the ropes. And as I am holding out my wand, channeling magic into it, and trying to reel it on in,
Okay.
I even have to go to my flashback, where over the past 2 weeks, I have literally been practicing my water magic for specifically these kind of purposes. And I'm just frustratedly trying to, like, move a rock closer and further and not let it sink at the same time. And now I'm just recalling that and pulling it in.
Okay. Roll for me. You're gonna need. This is open ocean,
Mm-hmm.
so it's gonna need at least 2 successes to arrest the motion of the ship. 3 successes to really pull it in.
Well, the 2d6 didn't give me anything. The flashback got me 1. I can go for personality. Let's do it. I'm vain. I need this for my for my well-being. I'm the best. I'm the best.
So what you've done basically, because basically you're mentally speaking, you're like in a pond. You were practicing with water in a vase, something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very small. But you realize that the problem here is you try to wrap yourself around sort of the entire ocean for a second. It's like, I'm going to move the ocean.
It's like there's hundreds of tons of water here in this one area.
So what happens is basically you stop the ship cold, right? So they're there, and makes whatever maneuvers you're going to make, it's going to be much easier now. They're not moving, right? And so they're basically dead in the water right now. What you've done, you basically canceled the momentum completely, and without a mast, they're dead in the water. So we're basically moving to the end of combat here.
Yeah, the ropes. The ropes.
You order the sailors to send the ropes. They rope in the ship, right? They move them in. The sailors on the other side basically are terrified and surrender. The captain keeps swearing up and down, that he wants him to fight, but to no avail. And the name of the captain, well, and that's it. And other ships get sunk, get turned around, go aground. Your fleet wins the day clearly with 2 ships destroyed, enemy ship destroyed, and the rest captured. And because you capture the ship, the crews that manage to capture ships get a purse, which means you're gonna get you're all gonna get money. Basically, what the government is going to do is essentially buy the ship from you.
Perfect.
They're going to give you, so.
That does remind me. Did we get paid from last time? I don't ever remember hearing an amount.
I'm not really using money as because you're not buying equipment, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm using more status, like you're rich or whatever, right?
Okay.
I might give you, for example, this purse will give you a temporary gift of rich.
Okay,
you can
so satisfy our requirements for a while, and we could blow it on something. Yeah. Sweet.
So everybody right now, eventually you get to that, you'll get the gift, among other things, a gift of rich, but that will be a one-time use. Like, I want to throw money around, whatever. Oh yeah, remember I have this purse, and you blow the purse, so you got the percentage of money you got from it, and that's it, right?
Okay.
If that makes sense, unless anybody really is into counting their dinars.
Sorry, you said like a one-time use wealth?
Yeah.
Is that what you were effectively saying?
Yes.
Okay. I sell it back for experience. I'm joking.
Well, still,
that's not how I meant for you to use that.
Still, we're incredibly happy, I think.
The battle is over. Crews come over, and you set some of the members of your crew to guide the ship, and you rope you capture it, and other ships, and you hear from a distance shouting, "Hurrah! Hurrah!" Right as you won the battle. and and basically you drive the ships back into the cove, where they must come from. And there's troops on the ground as well, and they're securing the rest of the pirates and going through the things that they had. Who has tactics or any sort of advanced military training?
I think have tactics.
Now I'm going to point at Lord Gregory here. And Harmon's a soldier too, right?
Yeah. But this is more tactics.
So I have tactics.
Yeah.
So he's got soldierly tactics.
So anybody who has tactics will roll a mine observation tactics.
Double checking my observation. It is in fact a 1d4. Oh, hey, there we go. 2 successes on me.
Effectively the same roll, just about, from the two of us.
You do notice that the amount of supplies that are here is for a relatively larger force. I mean, they had about 4 or 5 ships, so it was a large force.
Mm-hmm.
But the weapons, the gunpowder, the food that we're stocking here, it seems to be even larger force. And not only that, you notice that it's already sort of being prepackaged, so it can move. So it can be, people can come here, get their supplies, and move them somewhere else. Which basically tells you that something bigger was being planned than just some pirates who some pirate cove where they come in and rest or repair their ships or something like that. So yeah, what exactly you don't know. The soldiers basically are destroying whatever it is that they can't carry with them, because they don't need it, and carrying the rest. Right? They're keeping the rum. That they are. In fact, most of the soldiers, sailors, get a rum ration as a sort of as a reward as well, for a job well done. The admiral comes ashore, and the admiral is a lion. And like I said, his name is. What's his name? His name of the admiral is
Admiral Nicholas something Haddock.
Admiral Nicholas Haddock. Yes. With 2 Ds. And he comes ashore, and he's surrounded by guards, and you can see in the distance the White Rabbit, which is a 2. I don't call it a man of war yet, but it is a large ship. But at least 2 rows of guns as a broadside, about 16 guns, 16 guns on each side. So it's for this time, it is an extremely powerful ship, and it's massive fore and aft castles. And he comes ashore and he's dressed in gold and blue, and it's like looking around, very tall, very imposing, very young too. He's basically about Gregory's age, maybe a little bit younger. Looking around. What a wonderful day. A great battle has been won.
I'll say, Admiral.
And you start seeing the men they don't salute and stand there for me. They basically kind of tip their hat. They do the thing with the corner hats, as a salute. And he's like, you must be Gregory, correct?
That's right, Gregory Varkin III. A pleasure, Admiral.
The pleasure's all mine, my lord. I see that your ship, you captured one of the escaping ships. The purse will be great for you this day.
Yes, and we even have the captain in good spirits too to question later. I think this all went quite swimmingly, both for you and I.
And they basically slap on him in irons, and basically is like, take this wretched rat away. He sort of sneers away. It's like, and he has like a broken tooth where one of the bullets hit him, right? And he's like, still dry blood. It's like, and he sneers. And he basically locks eyes with you, Gregory. He's like, little black, little beady eyes, and they take them away.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Well, I think the king will certainly want to build a very large stockade for them, hang them all at once in the public square. Talking of which, I'm sure he will want to celebrate this. So as soon as we're ready, Dave, we'll load most of the supplies on the ships. We should go to port. Should be several hours and celebrate our victory.
Wonderful. You've had a look around at the place, though, I assume.
Yes, yes.
Quite a lot of supplies here, though, for just 5 ships, don't you think?
Probably their booty. They've been preying on the western waters between here and Calabria for some time.
Oh, but look,
Lost
they've
quite a
already
bit of ships.
packaged it all away. They were servicing more than just themselves here, I think.
Do a mind and observation.
Okay. Mind and observation. Doop-a-doo. To do only have a D6 mind, cause I'm not that smart. Not that smart. Yeah. None.
He basically nods, like very sagely, of yes, yes, this is something to take note. And he sort of taps his one of his officers, like, please make a note of what Lord Gregory is saying. Make sure that you credit him for that discovery.
Right. Not to
And
supersede your command or anything, of course, but my recommendation would be to be on watch for more ships should they happen to come for their friends.
Of course, of course. And the scribe sort of looks at him and looks at you. It's like, okay, whatever. I just do my job. And you see a couple of the officers here. They're kind of annoyed. I mean, you don't even have to make a roll for that. They're like, when he gives you credit, they're like, because these are professional soldiers and sailors, right?
Yeah.
And they come from the common rounds. I mean, the officers tend to be nobles, but most of the up and coming officers necessarily have noble birth, and so you can sense that in the air that they're like, oh, we're the ones who are doing this stuff, and
class tension.
Yeah, taking credit for it. They're not even trying to hide it, and apparently to the admiral, it doesn't even register. Very well. Have your ship join the squadron, and we shall celebrate.
I'll look forward to sharing a drink with you then.
Yeah. Several hours later, you land in a port nearby to the capital of this island, which is the western island of the Isle of Corwin, not to be confused with the capital island, which is Cair Tallwind. And you know that this is the domain of King Edgar. This is the place where you were originally, the first mission that you did here, tracking the bandits. Obviously, you're back here again. And you're invited, other guests, to King Edgar's palace. And he's an older, again, he's also a feline lion, a little bit older. We'll say about 10 years older than you are. He has a scar across one of his eyes. You have nobility, right?
Yes, I do.
Do you have history?
Nope.
No, I believe he's
I'm
uneducated.
dumb and I didn't read.
Do you have any academics at all?
I have a D4 academics because it's the bare minimum. Oh, you think I paid attention in university? Oh, that's a bold claim.
You can do academics and do observation with mine.
Okay, find academics and observation it is. And if we throw in the nobility, I'll put in the D12 then. I didn't learn anything from that university.
That to you is a scar, maybe a battle scar, maybe something that happened when he was a child. For one moment you think that's maybe important, but not really. People will get scars from all places.
It's the scar from his duel with his father. It represents his pride.
And he brings you to his court. This, unlike Cair Tallwind, which is clearly a center of administration, the King's Chosen Barracks are sort of part of the building and sort of have grown as it is. This is more an older place, right? The walls and towers are square as opposed to round. There's cannon protecting the place in some places, but not the kind of extensive modern fortifications that you would see. He says this is older stock stuff, like more akin to the age of steel and catapult, perhaps, than gunpowder. Still sturdy, still probably keep the peasants in line, but against a modern army, it would have some problem. And you were brought into his hall, and you're made to, kneel before him, right, as a king. He says, "Rise, gentlemen. So these are the heroes who will vanquish the pirate threat this day." "Is that so, Admiral?" "Indeed, Your Highness. And may I present to you Sir Gregory, Lord Gregory, who was instrumental in capturing one of the ships and their captain intact. He's been brought to the Your Majesty's dungeons for further questioning before his inevitable and just demise." The king looks down at the admiral with long noses. "Quite right. Well, a feast awaits, gentlemen. Sir Gregory?"
Yes, my liege?
"May we have a talk?"
Of course.
And, guards, he's flanked by 4 guards, 2 in the front and the back. And he started walking the battlements. And basically, he asked you to describe the battle and your role to it. Whatever you're going to say to him. Here's a chance to sort of exalt your position.
And of course, I'm the flamboyant personal sort, and I enjoy doing this sort of thing. So I'll regale him with the fantastic tale of shouting threats across the waves, of the bravery and accuracy of my man Harmon, and the nobility of my other friends on board the deck, who took their shots and came to each other's aid and saw the day through as the mast fell into the sea.
You're top of the battlements, and you can see at this point there's been on the way here there was rain, and now there's mist as night comes. The whole land is cloaked in mist. That's a rousing tale, Sir Gregory. Fit for a bard or troubadour. But really, what happened? What exactly did happen, if you were to be so kind?
Oh, well, I suppose in precise words? Of the battle itself, I will go ahead, absorb my humility in my better's presence, and give him a precise description of what happened then.
Now that, Sir Gregory, I find more impressive than any flowery language. I understand that things are different in my father's court, but here I prefer a more direct approach. I also understand that you had a hand in eliminating some bandits in my territory. Is that correct?
That is correct. Our first assignment was, in fact, on one of your barons' territory.
And that that situation was resolved to everyone's, or most everyone's, satisfaction. Is that also correct?
Indeed so.
I may not have the gift to oratory, but I do understand men who have it, and men who are capable of wielding it. Like any weapon, it can be very powerful. What I'm about to tell you, Sir Gregory, is of utmost importance.
I'm of all ears.
Things are changing very quickly. I have not seen my father in some few weeks. But last I saw him, he was very ill. We are due for a change. Did you notice anything strange about these pirates?
None of them in particular. They do seem rather well armed, which is, of course, itself concerning. But I did mention to the Admiral already, they had quite a many supplies, prepackaged, ready to set out. Far more than they would need for the amount that were there. There are more of them out there, undoubtedly.
This is as I feared. I say this because the Lady Chamberlain, your superior,
of course,
is an old friend of mine. In fact, she taught me many of the ways of combat herself when I was younger. And she and I share many concerns. Father, the High King, I mean, were to suddenly pass, there are forces that are arrayed against the Isles that would take advantage of this. Bandits here, pirates there. I don't see this as a coincidence. Would you agree?
Indeed. There are forces already moving, I believe.
The question, Sir Gregory, one that I ask you not only as a faithful servant of the High King, as a king's chosen, but also as a magister, is who is behind it? Who could benefit from all of this? Care to guess?
Well, there is the question. Were I to answer that, perhaps all of our problems could be washed away in a moment. If I were to venture a guess, I would say perhaps you and your brothers, most of all, would stand to benefit from whatever is to happen. One of you will prevail in the end. That is my assumption.
Now that is an extremely candid answer. Very few men would say to me in my face that I would benefit from such things, but that is the truth.
I would dare not deny your strength.
Well, I actually would not benefit in the sense I do not want to see my beloved Isles ran with blood. However, I will not countenance external invasion and interference from Calabria. I've heard that in the situation that happened several weeks ago, the Calambrians were involved. Is that correct?
I see you've been talking to the Lady Chamberlain. What she says is true.
It is as I fear. The Calambrians will take advantage of this. My soldiers made an account of their own account of the supplies, and they did in fact find them to be too much. Enough perhaps to support a small expedition into my lands. One that could cause quite a bit of trouble. Stopped it.
So such was their beachhead then.
Could have been. But fortuitously, our admiral was ready and able to intercept them. Fortuitously. I will say that because he's a strong friend of my younger brother, who is friendly to what he likes to call the reformer. Friendly to what I say are the Calambrians. But being friendly to someone and acting on it are two different things. I bid you this. If you are a patriot of the Isles, and you're concerned about the future, and the safety of her people, and the stability of the land, to keep your eyes and ears open. You may find a friend here in Cair Corwin, if you choose to have one. That, I leave entirely up to you. Now, I believe there's a matter of the feast and a dance, and I cannot keep my guests waiting. So,
yes, no less serious topics, but certainly less stressful. Let's enjoy ourselves.
Yeah, he walks back, and he doesn't make any ancient of it. The admiral takes center stage. You do know, and if something slips, that the admiral, in fact, is not noble-born, right?
Yeah.
He is what we call the new breed of gentleman, right? Maybe even of the newer rich, through the military or business or powerful patrons.
Right, he's of such rank that if he didn't get something by now, it'd be an insult.
But he clearly doesn't have the mannerisms of someone who is raised among the rich.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very interesting that the king mentioned that he was friends with, his younger brother, who was also a king in another isle. Harmon, Um,
Yes.
You are approached by a young lady, one of the ladies in waiting to the queen, and she says, "Aya, may we have a word?"
You may have several.
Well, and in the confusion, in this, you retire and you see that in the corner is a queen, surrounded by young ladies, all the ability, mostly lionesses and gray foxes, with a few a red fox here and there. It says, "Ah, Mr. Harmon, I've heard that well, you were pivotal in the capture of the pirate ship, one of them anyway. Is this true?"
I would say not. I think my lord's actions in this endeavor have proven to be the most important, both in leadership and ability. His knocking down of the mast proved to incapacitate them, and his frightening demeanor has proven to shut down their entire will to fight. I was merely there to behold his grandeur and splendor in these matters.
I am surprised. Well, I shouldn't be surprised. You seem to be extremely loyal to your master, to your lord, and we appreciate such things. What do you think of Sir Gregory? How would you describe him?
Oh, he is a lion about 5 hands tall, and he weighs about as much as I would expect him to.
And you
As I've
say
described before, he is a man filled with grandeur and splendor, both frightening and awe to behold.
when you say that he's about 5 minutes, all the women sort of giggle, and she sort of shuts them. So he is explaining that. And he turns to one of the ladies in waiting, who is also a lioness. It's like, loyalty is something. A man that can wield such loyalty and appreciation must be a fine gift indeed. Victoria, I do believe that you should take a break and enjoy the party. She bows like, "Your Majesty." And he says, "Sir Harmon," and this is Victoria, the lioness, the younger lioness, "would you be so kind to escort me to the back to the party?"
Of course.
You take her hand and you bring her back. And basically, I guess you always make a beeline for wherever Gregory is at, because, well, that's what you do. And she sort of bows and, "Sir Gregory?"
Oh, my lady. Oh, I haven't had the chance of being introduced to you yet. But it seems you have the better of me.
"Lady Victoria, at your service. I'm one of the Her Majesty's handmaidens, and Lady of the Chamber. Your man here, Harmon, paints a fascinating tale of your exploits. Describe it with a very poetic language."
Poetic. Oh, well, I'm surprised you managed to get more than 3 words out of him. Whenever he's on duty, he's, quite honestly, a more diligent and disciplined man than I've ever seen. I could ask for no one better, honestly.